Why would you save money when they're printing trillions of dollars? It's a question that puts a spotlight on the outdated path that many of us have been conditioned to follow. Picture this. You're told to go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, work tirelessly, save every penny, and invest for the long term in the stock market. The problem is, this traditional path is losing relevance in today's dynamic world. The disparity between the 1% and the 99% is immense. And it's not just about the money. It's about the mindset, the approach, and the perspective towards wealth creation. It's about understanding the bigger picture, the economic landscape, and the rapid changes happening in the world. Within every one of us, there are three personas: the poor, the middle class, and the rich. The poor person inside us may fear taking risks and might be content with the bare minimum. The middle-class persona seeks security, preferring a steady paycheck and the comfort of a predictable routine. Then there's the rich persona. This part of us is ambitious, innovative, and unafraid of the unknown. The poor and the middle-class personas are nurtured by the traditional path. You're taught to value a steady income, to save and invest conservatively. But what about the rich persona? Where's the guidance and support to cultivate that ambitious, risk-taking, wealth-building part of you? Unfortunately, the traditional path doesn't teach us how to be rich. It doesn't educate us about financial independence, entrepreneurship, or innovative wealth creation. It doesn't encourage us to explore, to question, and to break free from the norm. Instead, it conditions us to seek safety, to avoid risks, and to settle for the ordinary. The traditional path is not wrong, but it's not the only path. It's a path that works for some, but not for all. It's a path that may lead to financial stability, but not necessarily to financial freedom. It's a path that teaches you how to earn a paycheck, but it doesn't teach you how to get rich. It's not taught. You're taught to go to school, get a job, and get a paycheck, not taught how to get rich. In every one of us, there's a poor person, a middle-class person, and a rich person. Let me share with you a personal journey that led me from being an employee to an entrepreneur. The guide on this journey was my rich dad. He was a man who didn't believe in paychecks. This was not because he was stingy or didn't value hard work. On the contrary, he valued freedom and the power of self-reliance above all else. He always said that a paycheck, while comforting, can also be a trap. It can turn you into a slave to money, forever chasing that next raise, that next bonus, that next financial milestone. But at what cost? Your time, your creativity, your dreams. Instead, my rich dad believed in the power of the entrepreneurial mindset. An entrepreneur, he would say, is not defined by their business, but by their mindset. They are individuals who see opportunity where others see risk. They are driven by a burning desire to create, innovate, and make a difference. They are not afraid to fail, because they see failure as a stepping stone to success, not a dead end. And yes, being an entrepreneur requires skill sets that are different from those of an employee. It requires the ability to think strategically, to take calculated risks, to inspire and motivate others, to continuously learn and adapt. But these are skills that can be learned and honed over time. What distinguishes an entrepreneur from others is not just their skills, but also the rules they play by. For an entrepreneur, the rules of the game are different. They don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They don't just build businesses, they build systems that generate wealth. They don't just aim for success, they aim for significance. So the entrepreneur is not so much the business, the entrepreneur is really the mindset and the skill sets and the different set of rules. If you could say one thing to somebody who's never been an entrepreneur and they're thinking about making the leap of faith into becoming an entrepreneur, what could you tell them? Well, let me share a story with you. I remember my last paycheck like it was yesterday. It was a day of mixed emotions, a cocktail of exhilaration and unease. I was in Puerto Rico, working for a company called Xerox. My boss handed me my final bonus check. It was a substantial amount, $30,000, taxable of course. As I held that check, my heart pounded with excitement, but also a pang of disturbance. Then, there was this colleague of mine, John. He came up to me with a smirk on his face and said, "You'll be back." I asked him why he thought so. "Because you're going to fail," he replied confidently. John had taken the entrepreneurial leap once, but he stumbled, fell, and scurried back to the safety of a paycheck. He expected me to do the same. But I looked him in the eye and said, "Look, you fail and you came back, but I'm going to fail and I'm never coming back." That's the attitude you need when you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. You need to have the determination and the courage to face failure, to stare it down, and to keep moving forward no matter what. The entrepreneurial journey is not for the faint-hearted. It's a roller coaster ride with high peaks of success and deep valleys of failure. It requires a leap of faith, a leap into the unknown with no safety net. It's about making a commitment to yourself, a commitment that even if you fail, you won't go back to the comfort of a steady paycheck. So if you're thinking about making that leap of faith into entrepreneurship, remember this. It's not about whether you'll fail or not, because you will. We all do. It's about what you do after you fail. It's about standing up, dusting yourself off, and saying, I'm going to fail and I'm never coming back. That's the attitude. So if you fail, that's when I became an entrepreneur, because I had no money. There's a certain rawness, a certain authenticity that comes with admitting such a truth. You see, when I first stepped into the entrepreneurial world, I was far from the image of a polished, successful business owner. No, I was a man with a dream, a vision, but with no money and no paycheck to back it up. Picture this. You've made the leap, you've taken the risk, but suddenly you're faced with the harsh reality that success doesn't come overnight. You're not met with immediate triumph, but rather a sea of challenges, obstacles, and yes, even failures. This is the moment where your character is truly tested. As an entrepreneur, you're not just building a business, you're building yourself. You're met with the question, how do you respond when the going gets tough? Do you crumble under the pressure, or do you rise to the challenge, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing forward? For me, the answer was clear. I had no money, but I was rich in determination, resilience, and grit. I had no paycheck, but I was paid in valuable lessons, in experiences that shaped me, in failures that spurred me on to greater heights. And here's the thing, these challenges, these trials, they don't just test your character, they shape it. They force you to dig deep, to discover who you truly are and what you're truly capable of. They strip you bare, leaving you with nothing but your wits, your drive, and your integrity. And it's in these moments, these testing times, that you have a choice. Will you take the easy way out? Will you cheat, steal, compromise your values just to make a quick buck? Or will you stand firm, hold on to your integrity, and strive to become a better human being? Will you choose to let these challenges shape you into a person of character, a person of perseverance, a person of integrity? Will you cheat and steal, or will you become a better human being? Your actions, your choices, they define your entrepreneurial journey. So choose wisely. So really, that's the journey of an entrepreneur. As we journey through this winding path of entrepreneurship, let's take a moment to reflect on the main points that we've discussed. We've recognized the outdated path that many are conditioned to follow. Go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, and invest for the long term in the stock market. But we've also acknowledged why this path may no longer be viable, especially in a world where the financial landscape is constantly changing. We've explored the entrepreneurial mindset, a mindset that is not confined to the traditional notions of employment and financial security. It's a mindset that embraces risk, welcomes challenges, and is not afraid of failure. It's a mindset that refuses to be a slave to money, but rather seeks to master it. We've spoken about the leap of faith, that crucial step every aspiring entrepreneur must take. It's a step that is often met with fear and uncertainty, but also one that can lead to immense growth and success. Remember, it's not just about making the leap, it's about staying the course, even when faced with adversity. And we've discussed the test of character that comes from facing these challenges. Without a steady paycheck, you may find yourself getting hungrier, smarter. You may be tempted to take the easy way out, to cheat, to steal. But this is the moment when you decide the kind of person you want to be, the kind of entrepreneur you aspire to become. So as we conclude this journey, remember this key advice. The path to becoming a successful entrepreneur is not about following the crowd. It's about forging your own path, embracing your unique mindset, and having the courage to take risks. It's about growing from your challenges and proving your character. Do what the 99% are not doing. That's the path to becoming a successful entrepreneur.